Welcome to UPSC Vinoth. See, today we are going to see one of the most important topic for the prelims, that is free trade agreement. See, first of all, you must know that UPSC won't go deep into free trade agreement. They will simply ask India signed a free trade agreement between how many countries recently, or else generally you must know the concept of free trade agreement. Okay, so now this year, that means 2025-26, India has signed multiple trade agreements. It's not completely free trade agreement. So there are multiple trade agreements. Okay. So that means you should know about all these things. UPSC may ask the question. First thing is that. Okay. What is meant by free trade agreement? A pact between the countries to reduce or eliminate the tariff. See, to reduce or eliminate the tariff. That is called free trade agreement. Tariff barriers covers goods, services, investment, IPR, mobility, and other areas. So you must reduce the trade barriers. Simply, we can say that we must reduce the tariff and trade barriers between the goods and services, IPRs. Okay, so that is free trade agreement. It is not just like that. All countries can enter into free trade agreement. There are multiple terms and terminologies and nuances in this free trade agreement. Okay, India recently signed free trade agreement with the multiple countries, and there are more seven new trade agreements. Exactly, we can say that seven new trade agreements. Seven new trade agreements. So recently, okay. So first of all, India EU free trade agreement. See, first I am saying that India EU free trade agreement. So before saying this, I can explain that the process of trade trade agreements. That is preferential trade agreement. That is preferential trade agreement is initial trade. After the preferential trade agreement, the trade moves to free trade agreement. After the free trade agreement, it moves to comprehensive economic partnership agreement. After that, it will enhance it to customs union, and finally it comes to common market, and finally end product is economic market. That means no barrier at all countries can trade mutually without any restrictions. Okay. Okay, so this is one of the most important thing you should see here. That means you should know that the stages of the trade. This is first, this is second, this is third. Free trade agreement is just second stage. It's not the ultimate stage. Then which is more powerful? See, economic market is more powerful than common market. Common market is more powerful than customs union. Customs union is more powerful than comprehensive economic partnership agreement, that is CEPA, commonly known as CEPA. Then free trade agreement, FTA. So then we can see the come of the current affairs. Okay. So India and EU they had signed FTAs, one of the largest trade deal globally. One of the largest trade deal globally, covers 99% of exports. Okay. Now second thing is India and New Zealand signed also FTAs. What? FTA. India and New Zealand signed FTA. India's latest FTA covers trade, service, investment, e-commerce, mobility, professionals. See, India and New Zealand made a landmark deal. First of all, we must know that India and New Zealand made a landmark deal. That is by signing this FTA. Okay, this is one of the very much important topic. Another, India and Oman, CEPA. What is meant by CEPA? See, just now, CEPA, Comprehensive Economic Partnership. This is a head of free trade agreement. So CEPA, very simple. With Oman, boost trade investment. Everything is trade investments only. And CETA. What is CETA? Comprehensive Economic Trade Agreement. Trade agreement. Comprehensive Economic Trade Agreement. So these are all very much important with respect to prelims. And FTA's implementation recently. India and UAE CEPA 2022. India and Australia ECTA 2022. So and India and Mauritius CEPA 2021. These are all old newses. India and EFTA. Other than this, the first binding investment pledge. This is in binding investment pledge. That means India EFTA means first binding investment pledge in trade. India signed this year. India signed first binding investment pledge. Okay, this is very much important for the year prelims. Okay, so currently India has signed 8 FTAs. 8 FTAs. 8 FTAs. So India and Mauritius, CE, CECPA, India and Mauritius. Next, India and EFTA, TEPA. Next, India and Australia, India and UAE. That is not FTA, CEPA, and India and EU FTA, India and New Zealand FTA. So, and again, India and Oman CEPA, India and UK CETA. So these are all very much important for this year prelims. Okay. So FTAs under negotiation, this is not important for the prelims. Generally, they will ask India has signed FTAs with how many countries? So how many countries? Generally, if they ask FTAs means FTA is a basic thing. After the FTAs only all these things and all evolved. So generally you can say that India and UK FTA, India and Oman FTA, India and New Zealand, India and EU, India and UAE, Australia, so and Mauritius. All these countries are signed. Okay. So UPSC can ask question with respect to this FTAs. Thank you.